Welcome to the USGP, where we can name ourselves world champion like several times Lewis did with his teammate Nico. I believe he did it in 2015, and he might have done it with Bottas a couple of times. But we've got this one to go. Little preface, yeah, of course, I know. Oh, little change plan. This one's coming out Sunday. However, from now on, I'll be doing 3 videos a week. That means we'll have 3 next week, which will be episodes 98, 100, and 101. And the week after, the 24th, beginning 24th, the Belgian GP Grand Prix week, it will be episode 102, 103, 104. And then from August, it'll be normal F1 23 content. So yeah, let's get this out the way. And Q1 started very horrendously. We started out not even in the top 10. We got front wing damage from something, I'm not quite entirely sure what. And Charles had the purple sector 1 in P5. Verstappen had the purple sector 2 in P2, 3. And Hamilton had the purple sector 3 in P1, with Alonso in P2, rounding out the top 3. How did it finish? Well, Lewis stayed P1, Alonso P2, and Max P3, and we only just managed to get through into Q2 with the skin of our teeth, 15th place, 15 milliseconds ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, knocked out in Q1, along with Sergio Perez. So Q2, did it go a little bit better? Yeah, this time, the first lap, we were P10, this time inside the top 10. 8 tenths off of Charles in P1, who had purple sector 1 and 3, with Verstappen down in P6, taking purple sector 2. Fernando and Sebastian finished down at the top 3, and Lewis was down in P8 with me. He was only 200ths away from us. How did the session finish? Well, we made ourselves top of the timesheet. Charles in P2 and Alonso in P3. We were just under a tenth ahead of Charles, just under 2 tenths ahead of Fernando, and everyone else was a little bit more than that. With Lewis, P9, just 2 tenths ahead of Stroll, who got knocked out in P11, with Sainz getting knocked out in P14, so he won't join us for Q3, which started out best of all. 2 purple sectors, sector 1 and sector 2, 6 tenths ahead of Max in P2, with Charles in P3 taking the purple sector 3, Hamilton down in P5, pretty much 1.1 seconds off us, so we didn't need to worry about a second run, and I don't believe we did one. Yep, we stayed with 136.123, with Red Bull's Max Verstappen closing in 3 tenths behind us, Charles 4 tenths behind us, pretty much, and Lewis just under 5 tenths behind us in P2, 3, and 4, respectively. We need 19 points over Max. Looks very unlikely, but if he retires and we get second place, if he retires and we get second place for fast lap, that's all we need. Don't know what happened with recording. My phone started playing a video clip, which was really weird. Anyway, I'm going to show a video clip now, and it will be kind of what happened in Q1 and then the pre-race stuff. Let's get straight into it. So yes, here's the video clip that I promised, and I think this is the one that started playing in the background. I don't know how or why. I wasn't even open. This app wasn't even open. Anyway, it's turn 1 on our 3rd lap. We got a couple invalidated laps. Lewis decided to punt me, and yeah, I have no idea what was going on. He just let us pass along with the AlphaTauri as they had finished their laps, and so he was getting out of my way. After he stayed out of my way, Lewis decided to go down my inside. It was really weird, he weren't even alongside. And it weren't like he was on a lap, he had just finished his. So, I have no idea. Bit jealous that I might be winning the championship.
Welcome to Texas, where we have had approximately 120,000 race fans flocking through the gates to attend this year's United States Grand Prix. They're excited, we're excited. I hope you're excited too. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and turn 12 at this anti-clockwise track. It's 3.6 miles long and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Ocon, Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Mick Schumacher, and Kevin Magnussen, Stroll, Gasly, Alex Albon, and Sainz, Joe, Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, and Valtteri Bottas, Tsunoda, and Nicholas Latifi. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And a warm welcome, of course, to my co-commentator here today. It's Natalie Pinkham. Why don't we get things rolling by talking about George Russell?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? And of course, it's looking very close here today. A lot is going to be riding on those first few corners. And then the question becomes, who can manage their tyres so they're in a good position to push hard towards the end?
It actually sounded as if they could be talking about our championship. But they went in such a roundabout way that it made it sound like it wasn't. Also, it was just a generic one as well.
Don't let me down.
Charles is the only one starting on a different tyre to everyone else. Everyone else on the sauce, he is on the mediums. We're going to have a look at medium, hard, see if we're going to match his strategy. Looks like it will probably be working. Just see if we can optimize it with the hard stint at the two mediums. Going to 6 seconds quicker and the 2 stop with softs at the moment, so that is looking good. How about a different strategy? Soft, medium, soft. With the softs at the end, of course. And I'm trying to set up next video, I'll leave that alone for now. 2 mediums and a softs. It is 9 seconds quicker than the original strategy. However, this is the original strategy. For the alternate strategy, is it going to be quicker than the medium, hard is the real question. Only just. Interesting. We are going to stay with the medium, hard though. We see no reason to change. Tyres don't always feel great around here, so it's better to be on tyres that are going to last, because I know that they will last. So yeah. That's our strategy. We're not going to change to the softs. We won't run them at all. We won't even look at them. Anyway, let's see how the race finished. So, USA Grand Prix. Like I said in qualifying, we can win the championship. However, we need over 19 points to max. And I'll work out the championship permutations after this, but they'll be put on the screen somewhere. I'll probably say them in qualifying, to be honest. Anyway, 19 points. Looks very unlikely with max starting P2. So let's just get underway and see how we did. Blue skies, no rain is forecasted. Important to mention that. Yeah, let's go. Five red lights are around, and we get an okay start. Charles on the medium tyres as well, getting a fairly similar start to him. Max gets a good start, along with Lewis on their soft tyres. Kind of granted, to be honest. We went round the outside of Lewis through turn 1, kept in there on the inside of turn 2, went wide, didn't actually mean to, that was by accident. Obviously it worked out, but we didn't plan to go actively wide. We weren't going wide with malicious intent. It was kind of like understeer, but wasn't understeer. It was weird. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, a little bit of wheel spin heading into turn 1. Lewis kind of getting bogged down on the curb. Tries to turn in toward the apex, turns in a little bit too much, and has to correct himself. Slows himself down. We're able to go around the outside, as you saw. I'm trying to reduce the length of this video, so I'm going quick. As you saw, we went wide at turn 2, not on purpose, kind of by accident. Why do I never check who these collision warnings are with? I always write down who gets it, but not who with, because it tells you who with. No one at turn 1. Oh! Yep, that'll be it. I'll confirm afterwards. So, lap 3 we got DRS on Max, and by lap 4, trying not to pause it. On lap 4 we got bored. Eventually decided to go around as outside of turn 1. Knew this was a bit risky. Every time we try and make an overtake around the outside of turn 1, it normally doesn't work unless it's lap 1. And like this attempt, it did not work. However, we're going to try and stay close, and Max doesn't have DRS, so we can just wait for turn 12, have a go into there, and then take the lead of the race. So here we are, just past the DRS line there. So we've got DRS on Verstappen for definite. Lewis does not have it on us, so we don't have to worry about behind. Can only look forward. They really need to sort out that fuel delta thing. Basically tells you if I finished a race or not. So, nothing into turn 12. I thought I had a go at him. Okay, my bad. There's me trying to shorten the video by including something that did not need to be included. Around the outside, really wide, as always. If it didn't go as wide, I could have gone for the switchback, and if it didn't go as wide, as I could have gone round his outside. It's not going to matter too much. It's lap 4 of 56. We've got plenty of time to overtake him. Not like we're going to run out of attempts. So, our next incident was... oh, never mind. Lap 5. Here's the sector 2 that I needed to include. So, the reason I went straight onto lap 6 is because it was a slow lap, so... I thought I did something on lap 6, but no, it was lap 5. Got DRS on Verstappen. Once again, very similar to lap 4. However, we're very close this time. We're going to go to the inside, switch out to the outside, try and take the middle. it's a wide circuit, so I took the outside. I thought it was thinner than it actually was, but no, it don't matter. We went clean around the outside of turn 12, no contact last season with Lando, and we're up into P1 in this race. So yeah, ERS already deployed, using as much of it as we need towards the inside, towards the outside. We're alongside, so we turn off ERS. He takes the apex, we go a little bit wide, give him space, take all the exit, all the track on the all the rest of the track on the exit, and we're up into P1. Let's go. Why was lap 6 slow? Turn 1, that's why. So at the moment, Max is still within DRS, obviously. That's probably not helped it. So 2 little early turn-ins and a late turn-in there. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, on to lap 8. Well, this was when Max and the soft runners started to box. We do have to go onto Albon first. So, as you can see, some of the people already started to box. Magnussen, Sainz, Stroll. So, yeah. Soft tyres not lasting that long. That's why I didn't really want to go onto the soft tyres. I mean, obviously there's nothing wrong with soft tyres. It lasted quite long for Verstappen. He's still within DRS, so they're not too bad, but we kind of worn out our tyres a lot. Oh, yep, that's not what you want to do, Alex. Gets a little bit spooked by Elon. No, just a bit of tyre wear. Goes a little bit wide. Tsunoda tries to overtakes him, but Albon kind of tries to take the racing line immediately. Don't work, and he gives Tsunoda damage. If it's anyone's fault, it's Albon's. Whether it's a penalty or not, I don't know. I think that'd be a bit harsh. So, Max is now in the box, and the drivers yet to pit are Gasly, Bottas, Charles, and Fernando. Obviously, Charles on the mediums. Fernando on softs, obviously me as well, but that's guaranteed, a given. So Fernando, Bottas and Gasly, soon to be boxing. Zhou's yet to box. Ricardo, Perez, Latifi, yeah. So, what's going to happen next? Well, we're going to go to lap 10 because we got another slow lap. Second in this stint. I don't know why I'm looking for track limit warning. I think there's a little bit of a mistake in the S's. The Magnussen Beckett's copycat. It's not really a copycat of that, it's more like a copycat of Suzuka. A little bit wide through turns 16, 17, 18. I don't know why people call it triple. 1, 2, 3. A little bit of a fourth apex there. But it is a triple right-hander, but there is a fourth apex right here. Just thought I wanted to point. Just thought you would want to know. So yeah, just a little bit wide. Not much else. Just a little bit of a slow lap, to be honest. Probably not going as much on the throttle. What happened to you, Max? So he's catching up to Gasly on lap 12. Heading into turn 1. Oh, a little bit of contact. Is there any damage? Oh, there's a little bit of damage in the front wing. Going side by side through the Suzuka section. Is there going to be more contact? Doesn't look like there's any damage from here. But we'll have to see if Max comes into the box at the end of this lap. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage. You won't see it from this angle, but you'd see what caused it. Just a little bit of contact. Turns into his right rear. A very rookie mistake from Verstappen there. And he still didn't even make the move. No contact there. Okay, just a camera angle. Yeah, that's very rookie-ish from Verstappen. Just turning in too early. Hits Gasly. Gets himself damage. It's like he's going for the apex. That's all Verstappen, wow. Okay. Anyway. Lap 13 comes into the box. Change onto hard tyres. Changes the front wing. Gasly comes in as well. Obviously had to come in anyway. But Max got another warning on this lap. What's going to be for? Contact with Zhou. More front wing damage. Well, you can't see it from Perez. No, his front wing is fine. His front wing is fine this time. Okay. So, makes contact with Gasly. Gets front wing damage, has to box. Immediately out the box, first car he sees, drives into. And to be honest, it is quite hard. Go into cockpit view. Does he even see Zhou? We can't even see Zhou. There he is. There's not really much Max can do. Max is on the apex. Like, he can't see Zhou. Yes, obviously he can look left and right, and he's an AI, so computer lines and stuff that we don't have. But yeah, there's not really much he could have done. Zhou's like literally on the apex as well. I think Zhou should have given him a little bit more space. So, 2 bits of contact, one his fault, one not his fault. Both the car on the outside's fault. Interesting. No damage this time though. Might be a little bit of side pod damage for Zhou though. Nope, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, we've got to go on to me now. Lap 14. Third slow lap. Again, a little bit of correction to turn 1. Using all the curb in Suzuka section. And yeah, just a little bit wide in turn, just a little bit of correction through turn 1. Messes up your line through turn 2 and 3, can't take as much speed, and you lose all the time through the Suzuka section. So that's why that was slow. Lap 17. Pit window is open, so we start to push a little bit wide at turn 1. Again, like I've just said, kind of messes your line up. A little bit wide through turn 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Through turn 7. And yeah, just losing little micro corrections, lock up, all a bit of a slow lap. It's not bad, we have 20 seconds to Lewis. Charles has already boxed, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know why he's boxed so early, that's really weird. Anyway, so, at this point I realised, hey, Max is not in the top 3. Although I didn't get told that he retired, and since this is not in career mode, I can't find I don't have a rival. And so I couldn't set Max as a rival. I'm not allowed a rival, so I couldn't set Max as a rival, so I can't ask where he is. So I just had to assume that he was out, or he was behind Charles. But no, he's behind his own teammate, down in 12th. Sad times. Now, what is sad is lap 19. The game kind of crashed. No, it didn't crash. It didn't crash. I'm not going to scare people like that, because no one cares, so they wouldn't get scared. Only me, of course, because I'm doing it. So, 18 seconds to Lewis, about 20-second pit stop. Going to come out about 2 seconds behind him. Medium tyres lasted us quite well. We're going to go on to another set of mediums. I don't know if I had actually planned to pit lap 39, but when I came out, the strat said the second pit stop will be lap 39, so 20 laps on these next set of mediums. However, the game kind of bugged. Into the pit lane. I have to check if I am deserving of it. I got 2 corner cutting warnings. Not track extension, corner cutting warnings. The ones that when you do them, Mark tells you, "Oi mate, you need to slow down before the corners." I don't know why I made him like a roadman. Oi man, bruv, stop before you get a penalty, bruv. I can't do that. I really can't do stuff like that. I'm too nice of a person to do that. So anyway, we're out the pit lane on the second mediums. About 1.5 seconds behind Lewis. Like I said, I would be. Obviously, a couple of attempts for slow entry into the box. But we're back into the race. P2. Now, I need to check if these are deserving. I think I'm deserving of 1. And I think I know why I've been given 2. I'm not in the pit lane yet. As you can see, I can still enter photo mode until this point. So, it knows that this is a part of a track, but it also knows that this is a part of track. So it thinks I've cut this Aramco bit and this red bit here. So it thinks I've cut 2 corners. So it's given me 2 warnings. It shouldn't do that. I should only get 1 warning. A little bit slow into the box, making sure we don't get a penalty. I was going to say too many flashbacks to times that I have sped into the pit lane, but I keep doing it for some reason. Making sure that we get a good release. We don't want another. What race was it? Was it Singapore? Where we let go but didn't let go. Might have been Belgium. I can't remember. I think it was Monza. I don't know. It was a sunny circuit. And despite the amount of rain we've had a couple of those in recent races. So anyway, lap 27 is next for Lance Stroll. Where are you? There you are, in the pit lane. Oh, yeah, okay. Out of race he goes, pulling over the side just before turn 1. Not having a good race, was P15. Might have been higher actually. But yeah, out of the race. And when I went past, I said these exact words. That's an Aston. Call back to Singapore, when I thought Max's retired car was an Aston Martin. But this time round I was like, that's an Aston. As if to say, oh, that's what it is. I can't convey it in the correct tone. I did it once, I can't really do it twice, I don't know why. I'm incapable of stuff like that. I'm incapable of simplest things sometimes. So weird. Like remembering stuff. Lap 28. Oh, we had a slow lap. And, of course, yellow flags. That's why. Lap 30 for Mr. Juan Fernando Alonso. Spanish Grand Prix today. Hopefully he can win. I'm on the train that I want him to win his first race in ages at his home race. Mainly because that's where he last won a race. At the moment, doesn't look likely. He's not starting in the top 2, and with Max, there's no way he's winning. We need Max to retire, or Max have a race like he has here. Hopefully that's foreshadowing. Yesterday I had the Japanese Grand Prix. Charles retired. Qualifying. Charles practically retired. He was P19. Hopefully Max has a bad race and Fernando can win. I really want Fernando to win. I'm not a Fernando fan, but I'm not a hater either. So I'm a Charles fan, as you may know. Not a fan to a point where I'm like Matt Gallagher. No, he's lost the will to live based on Charles's mistakes. I didn't have that to begin with, so I can't lose it. That's depressing. I shouldn't say that, should I? A little bit wide. Just a little bit slow everywhere. Because that's lap 31, not 32. Very wide at turn 1. Obviously, lost time through the Suzuka section. Yeah. Just a slow lap. Just chilling out a little bit, obviously. Second stint. That might be a warning. Yeah, that should be a warning. Second stint. Got plenty of time to Lewis. Pitting in 6 laps. Going on to hards. We'll have plenty of pace over Lewis. So, not really worrying about anything. And that's all the slow laps. So, last but not least, lap 3rd. Well, actually, 2 more. 3 more. Lap 39 for the second pit stop. Onto the hard tyres. 12 seconds to Lewis. At this point, I thought the pit lane loss was 24 seconds. So, I was predicting that we had 17 laps. Rounded to 18. I don't know how you round that. Change that to 18. 12 seconds, because I thought, like I said, thought the pit lane loss was a little bit larger, so I thought I'd come out 12 seconds behind. 12 seconds in 18 laps, we need about 6 tenths a lap. In a moment, Lewis was doing about 40.2s, so I needed 39 sixes. So, shouldn't be that bad. Our best lap at the moment was a 40.4. That is on medium tyres, and that was done about 20 laps ago. So, I'm going to come out into the pit, out the pit lane, behind Lewis, a little bit further than last time. However, with a 20-second pit loss, we're only going to come out about 8 seconds behind. Obviously at the moment it's 7, but by the time we get to like turn 6, it'll be 8. And there we go, 7.8, 7.9, 8 seconds. I should have done turn 3 instead of turn 6, that would have been bang on. So anyway, 3 seconds ahead of Charles, got nothing to worry about. We're going to lose a little bit of time on this lap, of course, heating up the tyres. A whole second in fact. So much so that Charles got 2 seconds. However, we started pushing, and we had 16 laps to close 8.3 seconds. Gonna round that to 8 seconds. That one I can round. 16 seconds from... Right, 16 laps, 9 seconds. Roughly just over half a second. Round that to about 6/10. So yeah, we still need to close in by the predicted time of the predicted amount. So yeah, we should be able to do it. Obviously it's a little bit less, but we're still going to try and target a 39.6. And at the end of that lap, came across the line to set a 39.6. So, it's looking good. Let's go chase him. And 10 laps, we closed 7-ish seconds. And this lap was quite amazing actually. As you can see, there's 2 back markers and Lewis. The back markers caused issues for Lewis, and you'll see him. Let's go to sector 2 because nothing happened in sector 1. So we closed in half a second already. I'm just going to try and work out the gap that we've closed. So he's got past Joe, and we're going to use Joe to get DRS. We got it. A little bit of contact from Joe. Joe trying to fight back for whatever reason. He wasn't even alongside, so no worries there. And we've closed a further half a second to Lewis. And what was really weird was Lewis didn't want to overtake Sonoda. It was like he was trying to get Sonoda a penalty. It was really weird. And this is the weirdest part. Sonoda pulls to the side, and still Lewis didn't want to overtake him. He does so eventually, but it's too late. Now we're behind him by 4/10. We closed 2 seconds because of those back markers, and I thank them. However, at the end of the race, predicted gap was about 4. I predicted 4 seconds. Obviously, I was estimating to close about 12 seconds. The gap was only 8, so 4 seconds left over. So thanks to the back markers, just to make sure that I could prove that I was going to overtake him anyway, I tried to get gap to 6 seconds. I can't remember if I did that or not. Obviously you have the time penalty. Crap. You don't know about that yet, because we haven't even got the 3rd warning yet. God damn it. Okay, round the outside, fake into the inside, go around the outside, all the track on the exit. Very simple, just like we did with Max. And we're up into P1. 5 laps to go. Very, very simple. And yeah, a bit like Spain, to be honest. Less time at the end of the race. Probably around the same lap number that we overtook and pitted, but it's fine. No, we pitted about this time. We pitted in lap 53 in Spain, and this is where we got the 3rd warning. I wasn't sure because I thought, oh, there's a lot of places where I probably cutted. But I didn't get told. But I assumed this was my 6th warning. But obviously, because of the double warning, it was actually my 5th. So I just had to make sure that I had 3 seconds to Lewis and didn't get an extra warning, because I was going to remove one of the warnings anyway. But no, that was only my 3rd, so actually we only have 2. And we didn't get any extra. We got to the final lap. 5, teetering on the edge, 5 seconds to Lewis. Very nice from Alonso. No, Ocon. Alonso's there. Very nice from Ocon. We got DRS on the main straight, so we were able to go for a fastest lap on this final lap. And at the moment we are 3 tenths up. So we're about to get into the 38s. And all this hard stint, we were always in the 39s. Always. Even on the overtake, even with the back markers. So we're going to come across the line to come home P1. I thought Max was P4, but no, he's P11. Somehow jumps to P9. But we set the fastest lap. However, Fernando took it when he finished the race. So we only got 25 points. However, Max P9, 2 points, 23 points my way. Last time I checked, 23 is greater than 19. 3 races to go. 26 points available in each. That is, well, easy way to do that is get 25 times that by 3, 75. Add 3 points for the fastest laps, 78. Add a further 8 points for the sprint in Brazil, 86 points. Boom. We are champion. Now obviously we just got to make sure that we maintain a gap similar to that, just in case we... Why have I gone back onto that? Just in case we retire. But yeah, Ricciardo with Perez, Alex with Tsunoda, and Verstappen with Zhou. And Fernando with Max. Yeah. Very simple. Just the way we like it. I actually want to see how Max... How on earth... Hold up. He jumps ahead of both of them. Okay, so what's gone on here is apparently on the back straight, Gasly has overtaken Schumacher. And so now Gasly is up into P9, Schumacher P10. But at the same time, on the same straight, Max has overtaken Gasly. But because Gasly has overtaken Schumacher, they went 3 wide. Max gained 2 positions up into P9. Gasly stayed where he was, and Schumacher dropped to finish P11. In my opinion, that's a bit BS. That is very unlikely to happen. Happened with these guys. Fernando made 2 positions. That's just the way the game decides to simulate it. Doesn't matter. We gained 23 points on Max. We only need to gain 19. That's 4 points more than we needed. And we won the 4. And at the moment, we've won by 4 points. As long as we maintain that gap, we'll be good. And we can retire from 3 races plus a sprint. How is it that we've had this poor of a season by my driving standards, and yet we've only won the championship 1 race later than we did last season? We've had some bad luck. Bad luck went Verstappen's way this race and in Singapore. Very thankful for it. Let's just go extend the gap even more. Let's just make sure that we do win the championship, because it is very likely that we retire. We had a Merc engine blow out this race. I'm pretty sure several others blew out throughout the rest of the season. Normally I say something at the end of this, but I haven't got anything to say, so I'll just see you later in the weekend at the race debrief. So, USA Grand Prix. Like I said in qualifying, we can win the... Welcome to the Monday morning review of the USA Grand Prix. In attendance we have Bobbi Winter, the driver, his race engineer Mark Priestley, the CEO of the team principal of the team, Toto Wolff, and the head of strategy, Rosie Waite. As you all know, Bobbi, you could, going into this race, you could win the championship. All you had to do was beat Max by 19 points or more. Very difficult, but you managed to do it, thanks to Max having a bad race. Let's see how that happened. So the race results, you finished P1 with Hamilton P2 and Charles in P3 to round off the podium. Max finished down in P9 after having to make 2 extra pit stops compared to you, Bobbi, and one extra pit stop ahead, over Ricciardo and Perez ahead of him. So, Alonso took the fastest lap, however we won the race and Verstappen finished in 9th position. Not much more we can say on that. So, how did that affect the Drivers' Championship? Very simply, Bobbi, you're in P1, 90 points ahead of Max in P2, who is a further 55 points ahead of Lewis in P3. So yes, unfortunately there was one more Merc power unit failure, which brings us to a total of, let me just get it up here. I have some notes on it. I will find it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, sorry. 10 power unit failures at the moment, and after 19 races, it's not bad, and it's looking like we're going to have an expected value of half a race retired from, which is very good. Well done to the Merc power unit teams there. And the reason that we are so focused on the Merc power units now is we have, you Bobbi, have won the World Championship. You did enough. You got the points. With 3 races to go and a sprint, you need 84 points over Max. You got 90. You did it by 6 points. And if you do the maths, it don't quite work out. I'll have to get back to you on that one. Yeah. That's it's 4 points. You did it by 4 points. So you can retire from every single race now, from the end, and you will win by 4 points. And of course, we don't need another point. That good point is all the points that we need. So, how does the constructors look? Oh, Mercedes, we are 228 points ahead of Red Bull in 2nd place, it looked like, with Ferrari in 3rd, rounding out the top 3. We got no bad point, and we have won the championship with a Mercedes 1-2. Red Bull needed a 1-2, didn't get it, we got it instead. And to be honest, instead, they got 8-9. Not so good for them. So, and how does the race look in times? The race lap graph is as follows: 2 mediums and a hard. First mediums had several slow laps. Second mediums only had 2 slow laps. And the third one had no slow laps. The first medium stint was quite consistent, well, it was a bit inconsistent. Every time we got back under the target, it slowly increased to go back over and then dip back under. The second stint, however, was a little bit more straight. Did get 2 laps in the yellow, however, but they very quickly got back under and into the green. And then the last stint, very clean. Unfortunately, no purples to finish up the final 10 laps, but we don't need them, and it was fine without them. And you finished with complete greens. So yeah, like I've already said, 4 yellows in the first stint. Stint 2 was close to a straight line, and the final stint had 0 yellows. Tried very hard not to say the exact same thing for both good points. So that brings us over to the USA Grand Prix in 8 images. Bobbi, you sent in the Q1 result and the Drivers' Championship. Mark, you sent in the race results twice. Toto, you sent in Q2 result and the race result. Rosie, you sent in the overtake on Lewis at the end of the race and the race result. So without further ado, let's get straight into Bobbi, your images. So they came with the subtitle text of whatever on earth happened in Q1 and champion. Now you didn't say something else with your first point, however, we thought it would be better to change to what it is right now. So yeah, Q1, we have no idea what you did wrong on your first lap. I think actually you invalidated it. May not be, might have to be corrected on that. And then your second lap, well, to be honest, we do know what happened. Lewis kind of hit you into turn 1. So yeah, you just had to pray and hope that the other drivers would not improve. And they did, but not enough to take you out of qualifying, which was fairly lucky if you ask us. It would only have made the race more fun trying to come from the back. But then, yeah, the good image champion. I suppose we don't really need to say anything else more than that. World champion, congratulations. Well, we say world champion of championships only 9, not Formula 1. You keep doing it like this, could be there in a couple of years. So, Mark, your 2 images were both the exact same thing, essentially. However, one focuses on the fact that Alonso took the fast lap, and the other one focuses the fact that Max finished down in P9. So yeah, Alonso took the fast lap. Presumably his third pit stop was towards the end of the race, and so it allowed him to pit onto soft tyres and do what Hamilton did in Singapore and take the fast lap. Verstappen, however, boy, where do we start with him? Had to pit very early on, can't remember what for, and then made contact with Gasly, and his race kind of just tumbled from there, didn't it? Never really able to make up places and finish in the bottom half of the top 10, just like he did last season for you, Bobbi, in Championship 59. So I guess a little bit poor on our side that we didn't tell you that Max was still in the race. We kind of just let you assume he was retired. So yeah, that was a little poor on our side, but hey ho, it didn't matter. Essentially, the exact same result happened. He only got 2 points, so it was fine. So, Toto, your 2 images came with the subtitle text of Lewis finished P9 in Q2 and a 1-2 finish in the race. So yeah, Lewis P9 in Q2, not very good. Quite close to the elimination zone, I think. Yeah, about 2 tenths away, and he was 8 tenths away from Bobbi on provisional pole position at that time. However, he was able to pull it back in Q3 and get P4, and then obviously with Max having his issues and being generally quicker than Charles, he was able to get back up. He was able to get up into P2 and brought home a 1-2 for the team. Very good job from Lewis in the race. Not so much qualifying, but that's the way it goes. Bobbi had a poor Q1, so we can't be too bad. We can't be too hard on Lewis. If we're not being hard on Bobbi, so treat both of you equally, and you both did a good job in the race. Well done. Last but not least, Rosie, your 2 images to do with the strategy. We had to overtake Lewis to win the race, and we matched most people in terms of pit stops. So yeah, we had to overtake Lewis at the end, purely because Lewis had his stint earlier and was able to undercut us. But that made his tyres worse, and we were able to close in the 9-second gap, get ahead, and pull out a further 2 seconds. So we did incredibly well to get the essentially 12 seconds that got you ahead of Lewis after your pit stop. Well done. And then obviously we matched most people in terms of pit stops. So yeah, it's not like we did anything outrageous. We just followed the crowd really, just changing when we did the pit stops. I believe we went earlier than we originally planned. We were going to go 1 stop, I believe, but then we had to change to a 2 stop, purely because the tyres were dying. And so, yeah, it was a good call to change strat. Essentially, we followed everyone else, and it worked for us. So, very good job on the strategy side. Now, Now, I know this one's a short one, and despite winning the championship, there's been no celebrations in this. However, because it's a short one, it means that we had a very good race, and we did. So, well done. You can enjoy the rest of the season. Obviously, just in case some engine failures happen, you need to make sure that you don't lose all your points, or if we do get engine failures, they happen in races where you didn't score any or many points, like Hungary, Miami, Monaco, I believe, etc. So yeah, but that's how you'll control. Just do the best you can for the final 3 races, and you don't have to worry about it. So with that over and done with, thank you for listening to the Monday morning review of the USA Grand Prix. We've got Mexico up next, and I'll see you there. Back to normal me now. So yeah, we are world champion. Let's go. That felt so awkward, purely because it's quite late, 9:45, and I actually did this race like a month ago. So yeah, I already know champion like for a month. I've been trying to keep that under wraps. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that in the Abu Dhabi live stream that I did a couple of weeks ago, purely because, well, that had to be spoiled at some point. So yeah. Nothing else to say. Mexico up next. That should be out on Sunday. No, sorry, this is coming out Sunday. That should be out Monday. If I'm thinking right. 97, 98, 99, yeah. 100, 1, 2, 3. To be honest, I could probably split next week into two, purely because, well, episode 104 should be coming out on the 24th of July. However, I missed one this week, so technically it should be 26th of July. And then if I want to space out even more, give myself even more time, it could come out the 28th of July. Or 29th. So, yeah. We are world champion. Got nothing more to say than that. Mexico up next. Enjoy Mexico and Brazil. So we've got two races coming up that we really enjoy. Let's go smash them out of the park. And I'll see you in Mexico. Also, I'm going to try something really quick right now. I'm going to see if I move on to the next slide, it will just cut out the recording. So I'm just going to say goodbye now, and just in case it does cut recording. Bye!